Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me on episode 5 of Flash Knockdown, the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. I'm pleased to welcome as my guest and representing MMA, the fighting pride of Colwyn Bay, Kyle Jones. How are you, Kyle?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome, my man. How was your day?
Yeah, same old, same old. I'm off work today, so just been relaxing all day, pretty much. Waiting for this, pretty much. What
Good,
about
good.
you?
Pretty much the same as well.
Yeah,
Funny that, eh?
yeah. It's like it was planned.
Yeah, exactly. So there's something missing from that announcement I just made.
A nickname.
A nickname. You've had 5 fights, three of
Yeah.
which have been closed within the distance. I think it's about time.
I I think the nickname's something that other people give you, so I've just been kind of letting it go. I've had a few, but they've never stuck. Like no one's really ever repeated them. Like they've always just kind of faded off, and they've never stuck with me. So
All
I'm sure
right.
one will stick eventually.
All right. So let's make Flash Knockdown history and ask that the next time you fight, I want to hear the MC announce you with a nickname, and that
Okay.
nickname will be the natural born killer. How's that
I'll
one sounding?
I do like that. It's quite fitting as well. I
It
like that
fits.
one.
It fits.
Yeah,
It's the fact that
I'll I'll do it, and then if people start saying it and it sticks, then we'll keep it going. When I've been younger, I've
yeah,
always been very sporty and athletic, and I wasn't always athletic, and I wasn't always strong. Like I used to be quite skinny, and I played football, and I was quite skinny, like I was quite fast and stuff. Like it's kind of natural, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into it, like a lot of hard work. Like we train a lot and we all train hard. And as my head coach, puts us through the ringer, and he's a great coach, like it is natural. It's natural that I've like picked it up, but
yeah.
it's nothing but hard work, really.
Of course, of course.
I like that nickname though.
But but we can't call you Kyle Hard Worker Jones, can we?
No, it doesn't have a ring to it.
It doesn't have any ring to it. So so
No.
so Kyle, the natural born killer Jones. That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
like it. I like it.
Excellent. I can't.
I'll have it in my next fight.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
can't wait
yeah.
until you fight again.
Oh, I don't know when I could be fighting again next now with
That's
all
okay.
this virus and stuff going on. But I'll
Sure.
I'll I'll use it for my next one.
Excellent. Oh, brilliant. We're making Flash Knockdown history.
We
Amazing.
are.
Love it. Love it.
I could carry it on
So
for years now.
you can indeed.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, before we look at your Flash choices, could you just give the viewers a little overview around your MMA career, the gym you represent, and how people can find you and your work online, please?
Okay, well, Kyle Jones. I represent HAMMA North Wales in Colwyn Bay. My head coach is Azzy Thomas. And imagine people in the MMA community already know who Azzy is. He's obviously represented Colwyn Bay, North Wales, the UK. He's been all over the world and stuff like that. And I'm 26 years old. I've had 5 fights in about 2 years. I think it's about 2 years today, nearly. Like I think my first fight was June two
Yeah,
years ago, and yeah, I've had two fights with it that went to the decision. I've finished the last three, and yeah,
that's
that's
right.
a brief overview of my career so far. I
Perfect.
fought some tough guys. But
You have indeed. You have indeed. And how can the people find you online, Kyle?
I have my Instagram is Kyle Anthony Jones. There's no H. Everyone always gets confused with my middle name, thinking it's Anthony, and they spell it with a H, and they can never. And so if they're spelling it wrong, they won't find me. There's no H in Anthony. It's just Kyle Anthony Jones on Insta, and obviously I have Facebook as well, which is just Kyle Jones. And
Sure.
I don't have other many other social medias.
Sure. Perfect. All right. So, Kyle, are you ready for your flash choices?
I am.
You are. Okay. So, for anyone
Yeah.
not familiar, this is the part of the show, Kyle, where I will ask you 10 questions
Okay.
with two possible answers, and you choose the one that best suits you in a flash. Got it?
Okay.
Fantastic. So,
Oh,
number one, then, Kyle, cat or dog?
cat. I have a cat on my lap right now.
Ha ha ha, lovely. Clean and jerk or jerk chicken?
Clean jerk.
Roy Jones or John Jones?
John Jones.
Easy E or Tupac?
Tupac. One of my favorite artist of all time.
Lion or fox?
I'm not sure. I'd have to go with the lion just because the lion would win between both of them.
Olympic champion or UFC champion?
UFC champion.
Jack Hammer Marshman or Sean Hammer Martin?
Sean Hammer Martin. He's a good friend of mine, and he's my head coach up in Liverpool when we go up there. I got
I
a lot of
heard
time for
that.
Sean.
Yeah. Vinnie Jones or Tom Jones?
Vinnie Jones. He's crazy.
Two more. Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors or Kyle Broflovsky from South Park?
South Park. I'm not sure who the other one is, so I'll go
Oh,
South
he's a
Park.
famous NBA star.
Oh, I'm not big on NBA. I don't
Fair
follow it
enough.
that much.
That's fair enough. And then the final one is workout 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.
7 a.m. just because I like to get it out of the way early, but I also probably wouldn't get up at 7 a.m. I usually train with Azzy about 10.
Fine. Okay. All right. So 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Lovely. So, Kyle, how did you find that?
Yeah, it's good.
Good? Fun?
Yeah, enjoy it. It's just got to be. It's just quick answer questions, isn't it? Quick firing questions, just the
That's the
top of my
one.
head.
That's the one. That's why it's called Flash Choices.
Yeah, I like it.
So, before we begin talking about martial arts, I understand you had trials with the Welsh Football Association. How
I
old
did.
were you? Yeah, how old were
I
you?
w-
What position did you
oh,
play, and what happens?
I had it about. I had it for like 3 years in a row. Like I went to college. When I was 16, I went to the college, like the local college, and they had this course called the Performance and Excellence course, and they wanted to get all the best footballers in the area into the college to kind of start promoting college football and all that sort of stuff. So we had a really good team there, and from the selection of players, they created a North Wales team. It was pretty much between Coleg Llandrillo, my college, and Coleg Menai, which is further away, and they made a North Wales team, and then the North Wales team played South Wales, and then from there they made the Welsh team that played against England and Scotland and all them sort of all those countries in like a tournament. And I got into the North Wales team 3 years in a row, and I never made the final team. It's very political. It can be a little bit of a sore spot because I was devastated because I would have got a little cap for Wales and everything. But it's very political. Like a lot of the coaches are all South Walians, so they take a lot of their own lads because they see them every day. They know what they're about. So then, like, unless you really stand out, like they ain't taking you. I think most years that we had the trials, I think there was one year North Wales beat South Wales like 6-0, and then like only two of our players got in the squad. The rest of the squad was all South Walians. So it's you have to be
Bias.
decent really. Yeah, you have to be really special to get in. I played centre back. I was a centre half.
I knew it. I was gonna guess. I was gonna have a guess at your position. Yep, centre back. That
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense.
yeah, centre back. I was always a centre back. I was taught everything by football by my stepdad, and my stepdad's he was a centre half as well, so he just taught me everything that he knows, and then just went on from there. Like I loved football, and then so I had trials for Wales a couple of years in a row, and it never quite worked out for me. And then I started playing men's football, and I started getting onto. I was getting into like some all right teams, but I was always on the bench, and I was people. It was always like it's quite cliquey in North Wales, and like I was struggling to get into the team because I wasn't going for pints with the manager and stuff like that, and it started getting to me, started annoying me, and like we'd start getting let down by people on the team because they were all going out and getting drunk and stuff like that. And that's when I started pushing more towards individual sports because I knew I could rely on myself. I wouldn't have to rely on other people, which is eventually what led me to mixed martial arts because I like doing sports on my own. Like I know how much work I put in, and I don't have to rely on anyone else to put in work as well. It kind of drifted me away from football.
Sure. Who are your footballing heroes growing up?
Footballing heroes. Cristiano Ronaldo. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. I still love him to today. He's completely different position and stuff, but I loved his confidence and how much he believed in himself, and it made, I don't know, it was inspiring to see how much his confidence was. Everyone say he's arrogant, but I thought I loved his confidence.
Yeah, of course, yes. And I also understand that you competed in weightlifting.
I did. Just after when I started drifting away from football, I was
Yes.
going more towards individual sports. Like when I was really putting in work with my football, and I was trying to get really fit, trying to get really strong. I went to this local gym and they do weightlifting there. I started doing weightlifting and I really started to enjoy it. So I started like really putting lots of effort into my weightlifting. And I think that's where the real change started coming in was where same before, like I'm not really a natural born killer. Like I was really skinny, like not really in great shape, but I think I put like 4 or 5 years into weightlifting, and like it completely like transformed like my body pretty much and my mindset and everything. Like I actually started getting some muscle and started getting explosive power and stuff like that. And the weightlifting was really the base that gave me like quite a good start in mixed martial arts.
Right.
Weightlifting's
So
hard.
very hard, very hard. So
Oh,
how old were you when you first took up weightlifting?
17. About
17.
17. Yeah,
17, right.
did that for maybe 5 years. I competed at the Welsh Championships, and I've competed at the British. Probably the best competition that I went to that I did well in I did okay in it was the British under-23s, because you in weightlifting you're not allowed to, you can't just enter any competition. Like you have to lift a certain amount to hit that competition. And I qualified for the British under-23s, and in my weight category I think there was only like nine other people who were under-23 who actually made it to the British under-23s. So that was probably one of the best things that I achieved in weightlifting. I think I didn't get a medal or anything. I think I came like sixth, but I still got to like roughly the top 10 in the
Exactly.
under-23s.
Exactly. That's still very impressive. So how has both of those disciplines, football and weightlifting, helped you in mixed martial arts?
I think the weightlifting helped me more so than the football. I imagine the football's helped a lot, like with footwork and fitness and all that sort of stuff. But I think like my power and my like base of strength has all come from weightlifting. Like was when I started doing mixed martial arts. Like I didn't really have any intention of fighting really. I did some bits with Azzy, and then we started doing some wrestling, and I kind of like, I guess naturally started to be quite good at the wrestling because I had strong, like powerful hips, and I had a strong core, and like people were struggling to take me down, and I'd never even done any wrestling before, and I was managing to take people down. So I think the base of my mixed martial arts is mainly from weightlifting, I think, and probably I got a bit of a tank and fitness behind me because of the years and years of doing lots of cardio training and stuff like that for football. So they kind of like complement each other to go into mixed martial arts. A weird combination, but somehow they've worked.
Yeah. And what was your first recollection of martial arts?
Like fighting or just
No,
anything.
just martial arts in general. Yes.
I seen some boxing fights and stuff when I was younger, but I was never really like super into it. But I remember years ago I used to go to my mate's house a lot, and we both loved the movie Never Back Down. Have you seen it?
I have not. No.
Oh, you need to watch that. It's a really good movie. It's about mixed martial arts, and it's just like a little cheesy American movie about some high school kid, and he gets into mixed martial arts and wants to fight the top mixed martial arts kid. It's a really good movie. But me and him used to love that, and like I always kind of like after seeing that movie, like I always kind of loved the idea of doing MMA because say it's all MMA. They do jiu-jitsu and everything in it. Like it's a really good movie. So I say that's probably like one of my first experiences of like mixed martial arts as it is today.
Okay. And outside of football, who were your influences and heroes growing up, and how did that influence help you in later life?
Influences growing up. Don't know. Like I had some coaches and stuff. Like my stepdad was probably a big influence for
Sure.
me because he started coaching me football from when I was about like 4 years old,
Hmm.
something like that. Like, and he coached me all the way up in football until I was about 16, and like he just kind of drilled in me that like the hard work and the work ethic to just just keep practicing and stuff. Like he always used to tell me like just go in the front garden and stuff and just practice my kick ups and stuff like that. So like just keep working and keep putting in. Like he was probably one of my bigger influences to pursue sports and like keep going for sports because he was always like he wasn't pushing me, but he was always supporting me to do all my sports and driving me around places and stuff when I had these trials for Wales and stuff like that. Like my stepdad would be like taking me there and like coming to watch and all that sort of stuff. So growing up, I'd probably say my mum and my stepdad probably my biggest influences. Like I just want to keep going and make them proud of me and all that stuff.
Good. So you went from football to weightlifting to martial arts.
Yeah,
Explain.
I don't know. Like they all kind of just blended into each other. I say I started doing weightlifting to make my football better, and then I enjoyed weightlifting more, and then I started hitting a bit of a plateau in weightlifting where it just wasn't exciting anymore. Like when I first started doing it, I'd get on the platform in front of like a little audience and stuff, and I'd have adrenaline, and that adrenaline stopped going. It started
Mm.
going, and I was like, it's not exciting anymore. And then I wanted to just mix up my training a bit, and I started doing just general fitness with Azzy, my coach, and then yeah, it just snowballed into there, and I started trying a bit of jiu-jitsu with Harry, who you've had on the show. Harry, I remember that one of the first times I ever rolled with Harry, and he is really strong, like really strong. Like he's only a bantamweight, and I'm a lightweight, and I'm telling you, like he is strong. And yeah, I started doing some jiu-jitsu with Harry, started doing some wrestling and stuff with Harry, and then it's just snowballed from there. Like, and I've just loved it.
Good. And how would you say martial arts or MMA has positively impacted your life?
My self-belief, 100%. Like, I think one of the reasons that maybe I didn't make it in football is that I didn't believe in myself as much as I should have. Like, I used to think, like, if there was like a really high level coach, I used to think like, oh, if he believed in me, then like I must be good. But now, like, obviously, I know I don't have to hear anything off anybody. Like, I just tell it to myself. Like, if I believe in myself more than ever because of martial arts, and that's probably the biggest thing. and maybe inspiring people as well. Like there's been a few people come to the gym because I put on some weight when I was a weightlifter, like, because it's all just about like eating and getting big and getting strong, and I was in quite bad shape. I didn't think I was, but I was. And then as he put up like a before and after picture of me as a martial artist and me as a weightlifter, and I lost a lot of weight. And some people were like inspired by my weight loss. So if I can, it's nice to inspire people as well.